everybody. Okay, this may be a two-part video, I'm not sure. I'll try to be as thorough but as brief as possible, if that makes any sense, and I do tend to ramble, so let's get on with it. This is going to be a video about opening sacred space, about charging and consecrating your items, and also fixing that charge. For opening sacred space, this is something that I practiced a lot when I first started my practice about 5 years ago. And first, what you need to do is get a candle, and this is going to be your sacred working candle if you choose to follow, like what I'm saying. I got this practice from Marion Weinstein's Earth Magic, and but I've kind of adapted it a little bit to my own liking. But anyway, get a sacred candle that you're going to use as your working candle. It can be, anywhere. I got mine from Target, and as you can see, it's kind of low. It started out to be about that big, and I've kept the wax that because I've had to, sort of chop it down. So anyway, okay, so get your candle and carve any sacred things that are sacred to you into your candle. You can do the names of the goddess and the gods that you're in alignment with. If your spirit guide, if you have one, has a name, you can carve that into your candle. Any elements, anything that is sacred to you, and anything that you want to be infused into your magical work, carve into the candle. And then before you light it, go under the full moon or the new moon, whatever you feel is right, and hold it into your hands and ask that your alignments, whether it be a goddess, a god, both, any particular spirit guide or goddess or god or anybody, ask them to come down and be with you anytime that you use the candle, and to infuse themselves into their energy and power into the candle, so that anytime that you do your work, they will be there with you. And also get into practice that when you're lighting the candle, you say some sort of sacred something to open up sacred space. When I light a candle, I always say, and I use the term Gigi, which is goddess and God, which is something that I actually got from my kids. But anyway, I say, Gigi within, Gigi without, create a circle all about, let love in, keep evil out. And I also envision a disco ball starting about right here in between me and the candle, and it kind of expanding and going out like this. And I can see it with my third eye very, very clearly. And it's a disco ball, and it's just spinning around me. And the reason why I have a disco ball is because, for one, disco is fun. Yay! And it's sparkly, since I too am in line with the fairies. And three, it's mirrored on the outside, so that will help deflect anything negative and not positive that's coming my way. Because there are negative things in the universe, otherwise there wouldn't be balance. So anyway, so as you're lighting the candle, say a sacred something, call your alignments. I call the elements. I envision my sacred bubble, which just happens to be a disco ball. And then, so I've opened up sacred space. I've called everybody, the goddess and god that I work with, and my spirit guide and the elements. And that's something that once you get into practice with, it'll be, very easy, and then your breathing will become a little bit more steady. And my hands always get very hot every time I open up sacred space and I'm doing any kind of magical work. And I do a lot of prep work, especially if the moon is in void, of course, and I'm getting ready to do any kind of Esbat or Sabbat. I know a lot of people don't like to do any kind of magical work during the void, of course, but if I'm not actually performing any magical or spell and I'm just doing prep work, then I still open up sacred space, because to me, even prep work is magical, and your intentions will be infused in any kind of prep work that you're doing your intentions and your thinking and your actions are infused into that item. So anyway, so the charging that I'm going to do is from Marion Weinstein's book Earth Magic, and I think she may also have it in her book called Positive Magic. But you hold whatever object that you want to consecrate and charge. You hold it into your hands, and I do my pentacle the same way. I start out at Earth and go this way, okay? And then if I'm doing banishing, then I go counterclockwise. If I'm doing invoking or infusing, then I'll do it clockwise. That's just how I choose to do it. You do it however you feel is right for you. Okay, so you take the item, and I say, with the goddess and God, and when I say goddess and God, I'm also working with my alignments for the goddess and gods that I've aligned myself with. With the goddess and God working for me and through me, I now charge and consecrate this smudge bundle for the use of positive magic and positive witchcraft only, for the good of all, according to free will. So mote it be. That's how I consecrate whatever item and charge whatever item. To fix the item, I'm going to be using, I believe this is from Scott Cunningham. And you can also do a protective thing as well. Hold on. Okay. I always use my Book of Shadows for this because, well, just because, so that I don't mess it up, because I usually have a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, so once and I'll actually read this just from my Book of Shadows. Once an object has been charged, it is helpful to fix or bind the magical purpose. This helps ensure that the energy does not dissipate. To fix the charge in place, trace a circle around the item in the air, and then point to the center of the object and say, and since I'm infusing it, I do it this way. Well, for you guys, it would be backwards. So it would be this way. But anyway, I go clockwise, and then point to the center and say, strict charge, and watch I give, that to this place no ill will may approach or enter in. And then you can also infuse and fix a charge in place by using a sage bundle or a smudge bundle, which this is. But I just tend to use a candle because I've opened sacred space, and that's just how I do it. And you can also do a protective thing of an object. Let's just say, like your briefcase or something. To protect, okay, pretend that this is your briefcase. You can protect an object, and you can draw your pentagram and your pentacle on top and say, with this pentagram I do lay, protect here both night and day, and to the one who should not touch, let the fingers burn and twitch. I now invoke the law of three. This is my will, so mote it be. That's from Scott Cunningham. So anyway, I think I've covered everything as far as opening sacred space. Sweetie, what time does it?
Just turned 9.
Just turned 9 minutes? Okay, so I've got 1 minute to wrap everything up. Okay, we've opened up sacred space, we've consecrated, charged an item, and fixed the item. I also showed you how to protect an object. If you want, I will post the verbiage for all these underneath my video. Let me know when it's 9:45. Okay, blessed be. I hope this answered all your questions on how to charge an object. I'll see you next time. Okay. Look it up.